goodness me.
What a team.
Anyway.
They came so close.
Field for Gloucester, who again have their back feet on their own doorstep, trying to get out of it. Oh, that's nice, and nearly worked. Might yet for Barton. Really like what Barton's been about tonight. It's been a tough night to be a fullback against this Saracens team, but in a position he doesn't play week in, week out, and he's been good. And that's nicely done as well. Lovely off the floor from Freddie Clark, and then the chase for the try scorer, Clement, and
yeah, all play on. Yeah, agree.
That close.
Offside line to fly.
Field was there.
Clement looked too fast for him.
With the advantage. Atkinson, Llewellen. Oh, and he's gone through. Ball to the left and they score. Might have left it a little bit late. No, he hasn't. Seb Blake, a late try in Hendon back in April, earned Gloucester a bonus point. A late try at Kingsholm tonight has earned Gloucester a bonus point.
Is there a fight going on there? Can you show me the flat car if there's one?
There's something going on.
It is with Gloucester. Williams to Anskam. Clement lays it up. Forced his way into the starting 15 this week with his efforts off the bench against Sarries. Here's Barton, deployed at fullback now, which is where we understand he will be found for much of the season, rather than at 10, as in seasons gone by. Seb Atkinson to Harris. Better from Gloucester. Nice from Max Llewellen. He's opened up some space. Here's Christian Wade. Oh, we've missed him. 6 years gone from the Premiership. He's right back in it now.
Well, get your wingers. If you've got someone like Wade, get your wingers working off their wing. And this interplay between him and Llewellen is absolutely brilliant. Made by that man. The hands are brilliant under pressure. Bristol have to slow up their line. The step back.
He's turned the wrong way. That's your own fault.
Anskam again to Mercer. Lovely bit of work here. Lovely loop play. Atkinson's onto it and driving to the halfway. Mercer with the support line. Here's Wade working the feet and darting past Randall. Taylor lays it up. Most phases Gloucester have been through. What a transfer! That was sensational. Alamano on the inside is Tomas Williams. Still the support is good. One of the tries, surely one of the tries we'll be looking back on in a few months' time and just judging exactly where it sits. Freddie Thomas for Gloucester, the handling exceptional and the ambition so good.
That was just stunning. So many aspects to that. I just wonder whether the TMO is having a look at a couple of those passes. This ball from Clement.
Another bruising carry to within 5 metres. Pressing hard. Mercer. Options everywhere seemingly for the Cherry and Whites, who are transformed from those early moments here at Ashton Gate. Mercer works it back. Clement again on the carry. Atkinson working out wide on the left. Harris this time, driven back in the challenge. Mercer, good hands. Clement again, so industrious. Another penalty. Dabbed over the top by Tomas Williams, it's gathered, it's scored, and it's brilliant. There's the Welsh connection. There's the half-back pairing that George Skivington has signed, that he hopes will transform the fortunes of this proud club. Anskam for Gloucester.
Well, Sam Warburton was saying pre-match how you have to watch this man.
Heenan, driven hard by Gutowcev.
The ball into him. He didn't need to place it there.
Malins, McGinty, Williams. Still this handling looking super sharp. Kloska. Oof. Off the deck. Magnificent. McGinty's read it. And he's stepping. And Bristol are bearing down on that try line again. They're queuing up. Oh, the intercept from Wade. Christian Wade from 80 metres out. No one will touch him. Not even Max Malins could touch him. Christian Wade has 2, marking his return to the Gallagher Premiership here at Ashton Gate tonight. Climbing the rankings.
Well, Bristol's attack up until this point had been outstanding, but Malins, who's been so good in conjunction with McGinty as that double threat.
Beyond halfway, Ritter pouring through.
Use it, Jack, yeah, good.
Wade. Threading it down a very tight channel. Oh, the bounce! He's got it! He's scored a hat-trick! It's a hat-trick! All over again for Christian Wade, who breaks clear of Chris Ashton and Tom Vandel for Premiership hat-tricks. It's his 6th in all. It's his first of this season, and Christian Wade is back, everybody.
First and foremost, how good was the kick? This is a brilliant kick to get it straight-lined, not going off on a kilter. You want to be close
Week,
now.
he has the benefit of having Valrapava Ruskin on the other side, which will be a really intimidating prospect for the Sale front row, and maybe just guilty of going a little bit early there. That battle tonight, if we see some scrums, is going to have a big impact on the game.
Well, here's Anskam carving through again. He hits George Barton. Aaron Reid with the tackle. Bedlow, big shot, possibly a high shot. Clark, that's Arthur Clark, sent back from whence he came. Williams, Wade, neat hands to Clement, lovely cat flap. Barton, Williams up the inside, taking on Roebuck. He sits down Roebuck. Van Rijn recovers, but Williams scores. Whoa, they've got the dancing shoes on, the Cherry and Whites. And they have brought the Salford Community Stadium to a stunned silence.
What a difference one performance can give a team in terms of their confidence. They've come out here, they haven't allowed Sale to slow them down at all. Sale haven't been able to impart their defensive structure on a game, but part of that is the threat of the offload.
Fresh legs in both packs. Steady platform for Gloucester to try and fight their way back into this game. They're going to do it by playing and by tossing balls from one touchline to the other. Barton, clever play. Scurrying free is Charlie Atkinson, kicking on the inside, and look at Thomas Williams. How's his control? He's one-on-one with Cowan Dickey. This is astonishing. It doesn't get any better. A tiki-taka try from Gloucester scrum half.
Well, look, good live, mate.
That's just brilliant. As you said, the wide game opens things up. If you do it enough times, an opportunity will happen.
Heavy carries. And they've got this unique ability to beat that first defender, which is so priceless. Hathaway overran that. Fortunately, Tomas Williams was there, and Mercer now is opening things up. Atkinson, Carreras, Llewellen running onto the ball beautifully. Thorley now. Good tackle made by Lawrence on the gain line. Fazogbon holds that up for Knight.
Advantage. Clearly slowed the ball.
With the advantage now, Atkinson got it away. Anskam, Llewellen, Hathaway steps on the gas. Plenty to do here. Keeps it alive brilliantly. Llewellen! Gloucester in full cry. And that is the new Gloucester. Here at Kingsholm, in front of a full house. That's what they're all about these days.
Top work from Gloucester, just shifting the ball. This is how they want to play this season. Llewellen gets the try, but it's a complete team try.
Bind!
A head injury assessment for Gareth Anskam, which means that Charlie Atkinson is at 10 for Gloucester now. There he is, just lurking on halfway. On the ball now, Atkinson to Atkinson. And Atkinson again, and this is now Carreras, space on the outside. Thorley pins his ears back. Great tackle from Russell. Takes some stopping, Ollie Thorley. Russell did well, but the space is there for Clement. And Clement is within a metre or so. Tomas Williams diving, darting, and scoring. Once more, Kingsholm on its feet. Once more, Gloucester breaking free in thrilling fashion.
All starts at the scrum, the set piece. So good first phase attack. The slightness of hand, everybody's doing their job. Bang on the money to provide the space for Thorley out wide. Hand. This on it, just holding the feet.
But territory often gets it back. Put pressure on these line-outs. Try and keep Gloucester pinned back.
Short line out again. It's Ted Hill making all kinds of trouble for Gloucester, but they have managed to win it back. Here's Ackerman, who's come on for Jack Clement, off with a head injury assessment.
Use it, please.
We won't be seeing Freddie Thomas again, by the way. Alamano's here to stay. He's failed that assessment. Emmons again. De Glanville. Banged over by Atkinson.
Use it, please.
Gareth Anskam has also failed his HIA, so Charlie Atkinson will stay on the field now. Carreras. Tomas Williams keen to put some width on it. Thorley keen to run as ever. To that short side again. Lovely work from Mercer. Bursting forwards, drawing the man. And still going, and the offload so good. Tomas Williams, and inside, and over the line. Wow. And there it is.
All good.
Charlie Atkinson scores Gloucester's third. And what a moment. What a moment for the shed. What a moment for Gloucester supporters. Surely a try of the season contender.
What a try. I mean, Bath probably kicking a bit too long. They got good success when they kicked it.
Once again, Ted Hill with the...
Lads, you're completely closing the gap. I've asked you twice, stay out the gap.
Hill with the work in the line out, but unfortunately an infringement there also, so Gloucester on the move. Williams to Blake. Bath shirts there in good numbers for the time being. Thorley wrestles through. Oh, that's magnificent! An act of defiance from Ollie Thorley.
Yeah,
Gloucester not done yet. Not on Derby Day.
Players of their own team, number 5 and number 18 for Bath.
Sam, you said, what's it going to be? What's going to be the spark? Is it the crowd? Well, that's it, I think.
Often we talk about how good he is in the air. Often it's how good he is at picking up the flight of the ball early.
Heavy collisions in midfield after Clark had won the line out for Gloucester. Whipped up by Ludlam, or Ludlow rather. Williams. Oh, that's nicely done. Beautifully held up by Atkinson, and how about that? Max Llewellen, Andy gets more. Andy takes it under the posts. Well, that's the first time we've seen Gloucester ball in hand, and look at what they've gone and done.
Well, it's an absolutely brilliant score. Atkinson's pass is superb. Very, very simple from Gloucester. They just hit into midfield off this first phase ball. They get that drill right, which hasn't always been the case.
Taking it to the line, having the wherewithal to hold on until the opportunity arises.
Yeah, I mean, one of the key strengths of a 10 is getting flat, playing at the line, but also having time on ball to be able to distribute and throw the passes that are appropriate at any time, and he did a brilliant job of that then. Now
this is Clark, who was set up by Thomas, and they're going for another. Freddie Thomas slides in on wet East Midlands turf. Has he got it down?
Yeah.
There's the answer. And for the second time in quick succession, this time the big blokes untying Leicester's defence, and Gloucester have two.
Well, stunned silence here at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road. It's a simple switch-back play. Just having a quick look at whether he does get the grounding.
Use it, 9.
Final 5 minutes.
4, let go of him. Let go, yep, up we
Van
go.
Portfleet high above the roof of the colossal stand on the far side, taken by Jones, World Under-20 Championship winner with England over the summer.
Off feet.
Oh, and now Carreras and Thomas Williams, and they're going to get a third here, Gloucester. Williams away, oh, he was looking for Carreras, still the threat. Here goes Atkinson.
No.
The speed that Gloucester have made their way towards the line. Llewellen, Hassel-Collins up quickly, but Llewellen still going. Max Llewellen has 2. Gloucester have 3, and it is speed to burn any defence.
Well, they are electric. You know.
Dan Cole and Val Rapava Ruskin.
Bind.
Keep a close eye on this little contest right now.
Set.
Penalty, I think, was on the other side.
Yeah, you saw Cronin was spinning.
17 across the scrum.
It's a great scrum from Fasogban.
Be careful, do not roll it
Gloucester
back with your
have to
foot.
come away hit from here with points, surely.
Mercer, off he goes.
Be onside.
Williams, oh, he cuts it back inside the other way.
Penalty advantage, 9.
Llewellyn looking for a hat-trick. Here's Alamano. How Gloucester could do with something to sweeten this second half and give real meaning to the final 10 minutes. And there it is for Llewellyn, his first ever Premiership hat-trick.
In line with me, please. In line with me.
Will it be in a winning cause? He's certainly given them a platform to launch in that direction.
That's just a lovely long ball, isn't it? A seed. Came from the Australians, that's what they call it. I just nicked it.
Here come Gloucester, and a swooping pass from Llewellyn unleashes Thorley, thundering up the touchline. Big tackle coming in from Stevenson. Here's Mercer, oh, lovely out the back as well, and the carry from Clement. Williams, Anskam, Gloucester with a man down in backfield, attacking 14 against 15. They won't care about that. Anskam, Llewellyn, Thorley popping up his wing, inside to Ludlow. Had Thomas Williams lurking on the shoulder. Anskam. Arthur Clark stepping out of one. A lot of cherry and white off to the left. Anskam, Christian Wade, Singleton. Here's the pass. It's Clement for the corner, and he crashes home. Gloucester dragging Newcastle from side to side, and then the penetration provided by a rampaging Jack Clement.
Yeah, really good play from Gloucester. The launch play off the top of the line out was accurate. Eventually they stretched Newcastle.
A demanding, expectant home crowd, the Shedheads and the rest of them, and they're seeing plenty to be encouraged about early in this one. Williams, and again fizzing it out wide to Christian Wade, and the chip and the chase, and Wade bashes aside Stevenson. It sits for the finisher. Williams on the inside. Vintage Gloucester. Christian Wade, the architect of so much early season devastation. He's put one on a plate for his Welsh scrum half pal.
Yeah, it's a brilliant play, straight from the training field in terms of the initial setup, going back to the short side. The wraparound from Williams, the ball to the edge. Perhaps wasn't the perfect plan, but Christian Wade sees the space in behind, puts a perfect chip in.
But they built such a handsome lead here. It would take something remarkable from Newcastle, even at this stage, to pull it from the fire. Here come Gloucester. Charlie Atkinson, and they've stacked this near side. Arthur Clark, cut down by Lockwood. Mercer always popping up at first receiver, always making meters for his team. Charlie Atkinson. Max Llewellen, crash, bang, wallop. Where's the support? Here it comes from Freddie Thomas. Williams quickly there. Mercer, Singleton, cantering home, finger in the air, ball on the deck, bonus point in the top pocket.
Yeah, lovely little tip on at the end there from Zach Mercer, but that is all about Max Llewellen. I said it earlier, he's been incredible this year for Gloucester. Breaking tackles, his footwork right at the line of contact allowed him to make the break that leads to this. And one man in the blue scrum cap, and Zach Mercer needs to have a little word with another man in the blue scrum cap, Josh Hathaway, and say that's how you finish a 2-on-1, because it's brilliant. So you might see a little shift around the back. No, you're not. You're just going to see a drive.
It's the old-fashioned heaving job. Newcastle crab it towards the touchline.
I don't understand why you go to the drive but don't have all your pack in there, though, with Zach being out in the back line. But what it does do is
maybe
create
this
the space.
Is why Hathaway, the daisy cutter, Christian Wade. Oh yes, he is lethal.
Yeah, we're just going to have a look at his
back. A bobbling, bouncing ball, scooped deftly from his bootlaces. And Christian Wade has 86 Premiership tries.
Yeah, the drive was repelled, wasn't it, by Newcastle? But then obviously, with Zach Mercer in the back line, they've got the shape and the threat.
Ashley's pulling the boots back on. Oh, hang on. Harry Taylor scooped up from nowhere, and Matthias Alemano puts his shoulder into Conan. Rode that tackle well, the Falcons fly half. Kick from Atkinson. Christian Wade will fancy this. A lot of ground to make up, though, as the ball jinks in field. Callum Chick out of his own 22. Almost passes to himself.
Yeah, just going back to Chris Ashton, he said he'd play for free for anyone if Christian Wade gets near his record. So
first man.
This is very loose, very chaotic. Gloucester will love it. They thrive amidst the pandemonium. Bouncing ball for Mercer. One blue scrum-capped cherry and white Supremo to the other. Mercer to Hathaway to the try line, and that's the game.
yeah, the offloading, that different mindset of Gloucester players from years gone by. It's great to see that offload from Freddie Thomas.
Llewellen, two big ball carriers.
Solid from both sides at scrum time. Atkinson holds it there for Tomas Williams. Here comes Anskam, swings it wide. Hathaway's in. Gloucester strike first at Kingsholm.
Well, the brilliance in this is Llewellyn's line. He starts to go out and then cuts back and delivers a ball almost over his shoulder. Watch this. Back at the grain, that holds those defenders, that kid preserves the space in the wide channel. And
here he is on halfway, looking to find a way through, but Llewellyn shuts the door. Jenkins. To the short side. Wyatt. Been bright. Fizzle out. Gloucester's defence holding firm here. Townsend sauntering laterally, looking for the runner to appear at speed. Slade to the intercept, read nicely by Anskam, who will canter home untouched. Gloucester back in business. And in the way that Frost profited in the opening minutes here, Anskam has for the cherry and whites.
Really well read by Gareth Anskam, it has to be said. You could stick it on a postcard and it wouldn't be any less obvious. In the first half, when Gloucester set themselves up well in defence and Chiefs stopped making ground after a few phases, remember they popped the ball over the top. Townsend did, or Slade.
Gloucester once again take up residence on the Sharks' front garden and this cherry and white maul gets to within a couple of feet. Round the corner they plough. Bevan Rod slows it up illegally. Williams whips the cattle into the right positions. Atkinson, Anskam, wide they go. Carreras, Hathaway. This time they won't catch him, and this time the try will stand. Fireworks at Kingsholm. Great sprays of cherry and white joy. Where has this performance come from?
Again, lovely attack from Gloucester. Thought they broke away slightly too early on the maul. They went for it here. The breakaway was just too early, but in the end it didn't matter. Here we see, they try and get to the line, come up short. Don't mess around again in shifting it wide. They always enjoyed one of these as a winger.
Ongoing high performance.
Solid player, Cowan-Dickey. I do think he should be in the Six Nations squad for England. You never know, if he has a big Six Nations, he could be thereabouts for the Lions. Consistently good player, and great to see him back playing well.
Wonderful take from Carpenter, with help from Daniel Dupree, Wilgriff John and Sam Bedlow also on for the Sharks. More shuffling from Sanderson. Old Ludlow, has he got the wheels? This would raise the roof. Llewellen, he will. Kingsholm is sizzling. Gloucester on the ropes. They've come up with a haymaker of their own. They have their bonus points, and they have leathered sail right when it hurts.
It's Rob Dupree. He switched to fly half.
Doing a whole lot of talking just now, just to try and allow you to soak up this atmosphere as best you can over your devices at home. It's electric in here. On nights like this, there are a few places in World Rugby as brilliant as Kingsholm. Williams looking to finish it. The Welshman on the rampage! The Gladiators of Gloucester, heralded by a fearsome noise, and a predatory strike from Thomas Williams has surely killed off the Sharks.
World-class finish here from Thomas Williams. He sees the space up the short side. The offload is great.
I was going to ask you, what's it like scrummaging on this pitch? Difference to normal grass?
There's more grip. There's more purchase. You very rarely slip and lose purchase unless you got it wrong yourself. So it's more consistent, if anything.
Atkinson and Harris, and the 100 match man very nearly through. He's held on to well by Liebenberg, but it's still Gloucester having a pick away at Leicester's defence. Llewellen. Radwan was there on his debut. This is Jordan, Cam Jordan.
Tackle! Release and roll, thank you.
Having a starting place today, having impressed in the defeat to Bayonne last weekend, and Seb Atkinson, nicely through, beautifully done, and then the try for Williams. Thomas Williams, hot Gloucester hands.
But you know what? I was just thinking to myself, are they going to leave Max Llewellen out there, or are they going to send him up through the middle after a couple of phases? The guy's a weapon. Everywhere he pops up where people aren't expecting him, he is a problem. He's not the only one who contributes here. Chris Harris, silky skills through the middle, decides to hang on to it. Good decision, the conservative decision, but the right one. Lovely by Atkinson. Leicester stretched, and up he pops, and Brown has to hold on him because he's massive and quick, and he scores tries. So he attracts defenders. Really nicely done.
Done. Oh, it's gone forwards, I think, potentially from Charlie Ewells, but Gloucester look to bring it away. Carreras to the boot, and here's Tom de Glanville. Probably going to face a bit of stiff opposition for his starting spot next season, and one of those men has just done him. Inside and out. Barton frees up Wade. Wade now, looking to go past Russell. He's through Russell, but there's cover from Bath. Gloucester need quick ball here. Tomas Williams whips it away. Clark, Barton, Carreras, Fazogbon. Wide they go. Here's Clement. Jack Clement pins his ears back and tears over. Well, that's why the cherry and white fans are up on their feet, because Gloucester now are playing the kind of rugby that brings everyone to their feet.
Oh, this was amazing from Carreras. He was almost boxed in, but he finds space. I thought Wade one-on-one Russell does really well here, actually. You thought Wade for all money was going to be in, but they spread it wide for Sogbon now. He delivers a really...
Thomas. Clement lays it up. Atkinson. Carreras, what a transfer. Barton. Very good tackle from de Glanville. And it's just given his teammates enough time to get back into position. Ludlow with Wade alongside. That's gone forwards. And Bath hustling and harrying. And Spencer firing that as deep as he can. He's found Carreras, though. Harris. What a line that is from Atkinson. And here's Tomas Williams. Once again, Gloucester striking from deep, seemingly with not too many options available. There are always options as far as George Skivington's men are concerned.
Well, it was Harris. He takes it right to the line. I think it's even a no-look. He goes all the way to the Bath defensive line and gives that pass to Atkinson right at the last minute.
All good.
That's such good work between the two players. I'm not sure that was pre-communicated. That's such a nice ball. And Atkinson run hard. You have to run so hard into that gap. Tomas Williams, as all nines do, just on that shoulder. But here we have another closer look at Chris Harris. That's a lovely little ball there to Atkinson. That's a great line. Even, talking about chasing something that you don't think's worth it. I mean, if the game comes to the wire, they'll be looking back at that as a big moment. But I love that from Will Muir. Nothing's ever a wasted cause. I love it.
Not sure I've ever seen that from right in front of the sticks.
And he goes again.
Once more airborne. Taking a little bit of time to get to his feet. And through they go, Gloucester. Ruan Ackerman, he's got Williams on his shoulder. Thomas struggling to keep up. Tomas Williams steps Russell, fends, gets it away. Seb Blake! Bottle it up, cherry and white fans. These are special moments. That's a special score. And now there's a fight to boot.
Well, this try's got everything, Ali. It was Guy Pepper and Tomas Williams having a little bit of afters on the floor. And then Ludlow comes in to look after his man, and Bayliss doesn't like it.
I'm just checking that in the back.
So much to review. So much excitement. Ackerman with the initial break. It's the big tight head who's being given the duty here. Little tap, sets off towards the line. Blake, Clement, oh, he's dropped it. And Bath might be off the hook, it might have gone backwards. Barton picks up that beautiful wide ball. And Gloucester have their try bonus too. Little bit of fortune in amongst all of that from Jack Clement near the post. Adjudged to have gone backwards. Let's have another look at it.
It is fortunate, Ali, on the... If it has gone... it's definitely gone backward through his legs. It's this bit of skill here from Carreras again. Double pump. He sees the...
Gloucester win the penalty.
Jack Singleton, Gloucester's starting hooker. Finding their captain, Ludlow. Clement, Atkinson, Williams, and then the other Atkinson, Charlie Atkinson, getting involved, and Santi Carreras, Wade, pins back his ears, off goes Wade. Gloucester are going to have some fun tonight as well.
That is sensational. Again, the timing of the pass right at the line, so there's no reaction speed left for the defenders. Van Rensburg just gets turned originally, and then he's a little...
Williams providing the wall ball. Byrne, oh, that's gone loose, and Hathaway kicks it. Carreras can gather. Harris calling for it. Back to Hathaway. Hathaway scores. Bristol being Bristoled. Gloucester unpacking the magic early on.
Carreras is just such a talented footballer. Watch his little glance. Lovely little pass off the floor from Randall here, but the next one just in two minds, I think. And then the kick.
Brother Ross will call Kingsholm home next season. He is coming in from Leinster. Ackerman finding space and testing the prowess of Harry Randall defensively. Charlie Atkinson, Harris to Hathaway. This is Freddie Clark. Rapava Ruskin with his hands out. Behind him, however, to Charlie Atkinson. No way through for Singleton. Ball spits out, but Williams was alive to that. Flicks it off the floor to the skipper, Ludlow. Atkinson, Seb Atkinson. Here's Charlie. And back to Seb Atkinson, back to Wade, and again, this is a familiar routine. Oh, brilliantly taken. Thomas! That's extraordinary. Seb Atkinson scores. Rugby from another universe. Once again, the Premiership alight with brilliance.
It's the Harlem Globetrotters. It's unbelievable. The catch initially from Williams, the option's right to go across the front.
I don't want to say who scores the most tries wins, because that's not really the mantra. I think both teams are working hard indeed, but you are going to have to score tries, and we know that, and so you're going to have to be brave, and you're going to have to finish things, you know.
Here comes another. Hathaway to Seb Atkinson, who does finish things. Well, it might not be about who scores the most tries, but if it isn't, it's going to be fun watching along the way.
That first phase move, just straight at the line. Hathaway does so well. A lot of tired bodies in white shirts who've had to chase back for a lot of those kicks, survive counter rucks. Might be some opportunities against the front five forwards.
Ludlow tries to get the ball away in heavy traffic. Josh Hathaway's down injured, so Gloucester operating with 14 at the moment. He's doing what he can to get back on his feet, but in a little bit of pain. He's limping back into position now. Atkinson, Harris, here is Hathaway. Away quickly to Wade. Wade's chip, chase, ball's there, Wade scores. It is extraordinary rugby. Once again, the public service announcement. This is not a highlights programme. This is live.
We were raving about Carreras' kick for Wade's try in the first half. Look at the control on this kick. Good break initially from Saracens down that right-hand side, but again, just accuracy, the problem.
Atkinson linking back up with Williams and Anskam, and now Carreras really putting the foot down, and he has a scampering Jake Morris. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Harris chases, Harris picks up. Trademark Gloucester. One end to the other, and that away bay out of their seats very early.
Brilliant execution. It's the same run-around shape we saw earlier. We've seen it a couple of times this year.
Just clearing the side,
and then Anskam does brilliantly to turn the corner, but it's Santi Carreras who puts the pace on, puts Jake Morris away, but this little bit of skill down the edge. The ability and the awareness.
Continues to buffet everybody inside the stadium, making passing difficult. Morris couldn't quite get down low enough, but there's a lot of pressure here on Tobias Elliott, and he's being chased by Thomas Williams as well. He brushes off the Welshman and finds Shegan, who accelerates over halfway.
Offside lines, boys.
Willis. Again, the little step and surge. Burke.
A lot of front fight forwards here defending for Gloucester.
Hartley, oh! Saw that coming a mile off. And a Puma with a run for the line. And a Welshman throwing his head back in anguish. And Gloucester are level, and it's a gift.
It's exactly what we talked about Sarries earlier, getting into those passing lanes. We're seeing it all over the place, aren't we? Chris Harris on his own line, Santi Carreras, who's actually, he's up there in the front line, which means there's backfield space, and yet he's waiting for it by the end of it. This is one of the most obvious passes that, and you see it on Nick's face, as soon as it's thrown, he knows exactly what he's done, doesn't he?
But Gloucester once again outnumbered at the ruck. Fissillau to halfway. Skinner. No way through there for Ethan Roots. Happy return from injury for him today, but that not so happy. Harris.
Still playing.
I think for with the advantage here, Gloucester. Ackerman, Anskam, Atkinson, 3 A's. Picking out an M, Jake Morris. Ackerman again, and Carreras and Blake, that is absolutely beautiful. And the replacement, Freddie Clark, part of this as well. Ball's still alive, it still needs to be sorted out, and there's a lot of pressure on the right wing, Hammersley, and he's outnumbered. And Lewis Ludlow, the skipper, in front of the shed. Life gets no better.
Gloucester getting points every time they get.
Yendall calling for it. As Jenkins ultimately.
Now.
Ross Vincent wanders across part of the chase, but Brown Bampo will be the favourite. Carreras, however, on the other side gets there first, and this is Ludlow.
See the difference there in the kicking length. Thomas Williams is on the money, and Exeter getting knocked back instantly. Was Exeter's kick is just a metre too long, and it allows them to get this sort of attack straight off the back.
It's the work of Harris to hustle Gloucester over halfway. Okay. Jack Clement has passed his HIA. We'll see him again. Seeing much more of Gloucester again. Freddie Thomas and Williams to Wade. And this is Ackerman. Tip your hat. Harris. And Gloucester with a bonus point securing try in the first quarter. This is what makes a season ticket here worth having.
And this is what we've come used to seeing at Gloucester at home.
Barney coming in from Van. We haven't talked about Len Ikitau yet. Exeter's big news signing this week.
To my left, please, Thomas. To my left, please. Thanks.
Rob Baxter saying that he feels that it might be a bit of a Dean Munn type signing, a Nick White type signing. Not just what he brings as a player, but how else he might be able to influence the club in the week. Young players. Feels like a good signing. We'll see him next season in the Gallagher Premiership. Santi Carreras, meantime, for Gloucester, and Jake Morris angling back in field. Anskam. Oh, that's nice from Ackerman. What a game Ackerman is having. And then Atkinson creeps through. More feathers in Gloucester's cap. More big questions for Exeter's defence.
Great use of the head there from Gloucester. That wasn't in the playbook. It doesn't matter, it came off. It is so good this season, Atkinson. Just their attack, like we've already. And if you're not going to win the first up collision, you don't stand a chance. They're going to be able to offload and keep hitting holes, as we're seeing. You've got to win the contact. Look at it now already. It's off a line out, and they're missing that first initial contact to stop any momentum that they're getting.
And it was really good last week against Bath. I thought Exeter took a massive step forward against Bath. They played really well. It's a shame to see them play like this in the first 30. Hopefully, it's something they can fix.
We saved you, Nick.
Thank you, Clement. I've just written them all down. And here comes another try. And Anskam. And we're sharing Gloucester's joy, of course we are, but we're equally sharing Exeter's pain. This is gruesome. This is horrible.
So, look, I know Gloucester are a very gifted attacking team, but I'm thinking, Neil, when it comes to half-time team talks, you don't get many of these as players.
I think we need to give it a bit more breathing room, I think. It needs to... it allows people as fans, especially away fans, to get together. I think there's you can get a good community of it all, travelling together, wanting to be together, spend time. You do a couple of it, and you've got a new friendship group, you know. I think it's worth more time.
Carreras. Picked up by Jake Morris. Clement, Harris charging Ackerman as he spent much of this first half. Anskam. Big tackle coming in from Fisselau, but still it's Gloucester ball.
Thank you. Thanks, mate. Dominant tackle. Thank you. Own leg, own leg.
Over the top of Ford Robinson, what a pass, and then the kick through from Morris. Oh, and Carreras and Thomas Williams. It started with the loopiest of loopy passes. The ambition, the vision, the execution. This is Gloucester in sixth gear.
Well, I was going to say, that's a pass.
Gloucester making a couple of changes in the front row. We saw Afo Fasogbon saying his goodbyes. Kirill Gitopsev, the Russian, is on, and also Jack Singleton with that line out. He's taken over from Seb Blake. Switch back to Anskam nicely. Atkinson, Carreras, Wade. Harris, he seemed to be running out of room there, but he got the ball away beautifully to Arthur Clark. Carreras, he's made the break. And Atkinson with the run-in. And a roar of appreciation from all of Kingsholm. And sadly, from a Chiefs perspective, despite Gloucester's hard work and attack, it's all a little bit too simple again.
But they are being massively outworked. They look sluggish, Gloucester. Both sides of the ball.
Tackle, Quins!
Precious few opportunities in attack, but we know what they can do in attack. Carreras to Wade, off he goes, all bets off, Wade scores! Never close the door on Gloucester, not when they've got backs like they have, and Wade takes one more step towards the Premiership record.
Looks like the team talk worked, they've come back to life. Just a really nice pass from the base, little circle ball from Atkinson, and then through the hands.
Falling to ground. Got feet now, no! Leave it now.
It'll be on here if they get this ball out the back.
Carreras, Williams. Taken on by Atkinson. There's no way through there for Cockgreave, who did well to keep the ball alive. Anskam. Clark ships it up. Harlequins conceding the penalty, so this free ball.
Got advantage, Thomas.
It was a tough hole to break through there, but Seb Atkinson did brilliantly well to find, and Carreras found by Jack Singleton. Carreras scores. Well, you've got to take your hat off to the strength and the determination of Seb Atkinson there to create a chance where there didn't seem to be one.
He's not had the easiest of afternoons defensively, has he? But he certainly stepped up here with the carry. It just looked like they were stopped again defensively.
This game was swung. Newcastle 5-0 up inside the opening 10 minutes. 2 tries down, 2 men down. And Gloucester on their way cautiously to holding up their end of the playoff bargain. Ackerman, Atkinson, they want to make the most of this period, and they're coursing through the Falcons. Williams, Atkinson, under the post he goes. Gloucester from coast to coast tear up the Tyneside plastic and take full advantage of the depleted Falcons defence.
Well, it took 17 minutes, didn't it? See the best. Almost had a hangover from last week at Twickenham, but after 17 minutes, since then they have been outstanding. 7 minutes of brilliant rugby. You can see here.
Williams, Carreras, trouble brewing for Newcastle. Gloucester through the middle, and Ackerman walloping into Nield. And still Thomas, Ford Robinson on his shoulder, reeled in by De Chavez and by Chick. Anskam off the deck, Ackerman, Carreras. Oh, delayed the pass beautifully. Atkinson, Cotgreave on his first start, has another. And West Country voices raised again. Hang that one in the family photo album. Jack Cotgreave, first Prem start, second Prem try, bonus point Gloucester.
And that is the benefits of having someone like Santi Carreras playing second receiver, stepping up when Gareth Anscombe's not there.
Big blindside to work with here, but Gloucester go open and Wade is lurking, but it's Carreras once more. Finds Cotgreave on this occasion! And the flyer from Bidford RFC makes it 3 tries in his last 3. And the Cherry and Whites are on the board within minutes here at Kingsholm.
It's so good and it's so accurate. We perhaps saw a warning shot just a couple of...
Another wayward throw from Jack Singleton, and it's just feeding the kernels of hope that exist within the Saints. But they may as well stop running now. Chalk up another for the arch-try scorer himself. Off to league, but saying so long to Union with a trademark try.
Oh, that's tough, isn't it? I mean, Christian Wade will pick those up all day long. He's far too experienced.
That's still a whole 9 behind Chris Ashton. There is still time. There is still time, especially if there's another match in Gloucester's future. And for now, they've got 3 of the requisite 4 tries that they require for a try bonus. Like a pinball. The ball jumbles around. It's a wondrous pick-up. And the future Lion gets Kingsholm roaring to the tune of a bonus point try.
Well, no one goes up to claim that box kick initially. Everyone steps away from it. No Northampton players are able to get up. Then they get the tap back.
Tackle! Use it!
Ruan Ackerman is back out there, and we won't be seeing Afo for Sogbon again. Katovstev will remain, and Gloucester will keep just manipulating Saints defenders. Cotgreave! Oh! A hat-trick at his home for Jack Cotgreave.
Well, that's what Gloucester can do, and they don't need many opportunities. Well, they don't.
And Litchfield, well, we've almost worn out his name. The number of involvements that he's had. The people of Gloucester look to rouse their boys one final time this season. Just 2 wins all campaign last year to sing about. This will be a 7th if they can close it out.
Come through in the middle.
The tide has turned down in the West Country for the Cherry and Whites. A wonderful charge down and maybe a magic moment to close out the season. And who else could it be than Wizardly Wade to wave his try-scoring wand one last time at Kingsholm.
Oh, Northampton could not have banged at the door more. They threw everything into that. Johnny Wyman has played the whole game. He's really stepping up.
Off the top and in a blink into the midfield, Seb Atkinson. He's such an abrasive runner. Oh, Clement is a firebrand himself. Ackerman, that looks forward. But we play on regardless. Bit of width offered on the ball. Clement. Bounce and bumps, and Wade is flying. Oh, it is the most instinctive, impressive, and irrepressible offloading rugby from Christian Wade. A megawatt smile for their mega man. The try scorer turns creator, and Atkinson adds his name to the score sheet.
Just said Clement's name a couple of times, 3 or 4 times actually in that. He's the one that, as it's panning out so far, they're not quite getting it all their own way.
Singleton to his captain. Oh, that was tantalising. Then Atkinson latches. He ignores Harris. Instead, Cotgreve will bag his face in that left-hand corner. He's got 2, but let's talk about that delicious long ball from the young player of the season, Seb Atkinson.
There's so many good things in that try. Again, it's a starter play from Gloucester.
Rinse and repeats. Freddie Clark takes. Gloucester set the drive. And Newcastle's ramparts are crumbling here. Penalty try. And Newcastle could be down to 13 here. Matthew Carley under the sticks, and out will come yellow cards number 2. Cam Neal this time. Newcastle 2 back rows in the bin, and now 2 scores down.
Yeah, and I actually thought quite lucky when the line-out.
Yes, are eager to get on with it. What would this do for Gloucester's fortunes as we head into half-time and head towards the second half? Singleton. Still plenty of grey Saracen shirts. Runs around to the left-hand side. Ackerman! Again, you can count the Saracens' defenders stopping him. Gloucester looking for the slightest of gaps.
Yes, it's the line.
Alamano is there. And then the try! Approaching the 42nd minute of this first half. And finally the score. And one of the biggest men on the pitch, Freddie Thomas, comes away with it.
They needed that, did Gloss, and they got it. Far more direct, really confrontational. Tapping and going quick, no time to speculate.
Lights in this performance. George Barton at fullback. He's not played there often, but he's looked all right tonight.
He has looked all right. Zach Mercer's done well, I think. Pretty much always plays well. Lewis Ludlow, well, you know what you're going to get, don't you? Top of the range effort, loads of big shots. He's been tireless as ever. They've just been beaten up, really.
Barton chases, and the kick, if it stays in touch, will be a problem. But Burke did really well. If he can hold on to this without giving away the penalty, there was the danger. And Gloucester have driven over the top. And Gloucester have the penalty. And look at Mercer. He doesn't want to hang around. Takes on Onyama Christie. Freddie Clark waits. Already got 1 in that corner. This is Clement. Jack Clement. Christian Wade again saying, give it to me, for goodness sake.
Don't listen.
He's in 9 acres of space.
There's nobody within 20 metres of him. Elliot Daly's the closest, and he's screaming for reinforcements on that Saracens' left-hand side. but it's being kept tight for the time being. It might yet work. Being kept tight, it will work. Jack Clement.
Pick and go works in the end for Gloucester. It's not too sophisticated, but it's nice and direct. This was more sophisticated. Fergus Burke really had no option. He knows.
Gloucester still pound away. Ball is loose. Penalty and a yellow card's coming out here. This is chaos. How has Aaron Reid done that?
Mercer wants to go quickly. Luke Pearce slowed him down.
Slowing the ball down. Yep. Time is on.
It's a yellow for Bedlow. Wow, what a breathless ending to this. Aaron Reid stopped 2 men with 1 tackle. But Gloucester still with 2 points in their sights. A try would give them that. Anskam, they go wide. Llewellen careering in at the corner. He'll try and narrow the angle. He'll get the try bonus points.
What a mental couple of minutes that was. Just showed too much of the ball here. Dupree.
Create that third try. Newcastle under a bit of heat now.
Round 2. Up goes Ludlow. In come the cherry and white jerseys. And forward goes the Maul. Mercer in to help. Anskam in to help. Thorley in to help. A dozen Gloucestermen cascading towards the line. And Seb Blake goes almost subterranean to burrow his way onto the plastic, cradling it like his firstborn child.
Yeah, it's a great drive. And he's probably cradling it. The first man over to him to thank him is Hathaway. He's probably cradling it because if you watch Zach Mercer, he's trying to nick it off him. You can just see there, Hooker in the boot. He's in control.
Oh, taken quickly. And hard by Jordan. Ackerman pointing the way. Clement might be next. It is Clement, finds some space. Driven towards the line. Williams toppled over, back on his feet, ready to distribute. Away they go, brilliant score. And it is Carreras. He's been a major threat all match so far. And as we approach the half an hour, he has a try.
He does, and it's a bit of grunt up front from a quick tap, really close to the line. Then when we see this replay, you'll see a wonderful ball from Thomas Williams again. Max Llewellen getting involved in a little bit of intricacy here. Leicester nearly get the turnover.
Seb Blake to Ludlow. Clement, Williams. Oh, and then Harris cuts back. Oh, an interesting line, threatening line. Williams with some acceleration. Clement! Oh, he's lost it, has he?
Yeah, we're doing it.
He scored. Gets it down as he clattered over.
It's a really clever bit of skill again from Gloucester. The speed of things, when they can play this quickly with Thomas Williams darting around, hard lines from Cam Jordan.
Harris runs into Parise and keeps going. Parise got back quickly. The speed that Gloucester are playing at. Ackerman.
They are. Leicester aren't getting a sniff, are they, at the Jackal? Not even trying anymore at this stage. Lovely from Rapava Ruskin.
Oh, now Rapava Ruskin out of the back. The prop. Llewellen takes it in. Here goes Thomas. And then Ackerman on the charge. This is Premiership Rugby at its golden best. Harris scores. Maybe we just stop watching this sport, because I don't think it gets much better than that. What a try from Gloucester. What is Fell thinking? This'll do for a Saturday afternoon.
I tell you what, even for someone who's seen as many games as us lot, this is a treat and feels like a privilege.
Gloucester have already got the bonus point. They've now got the lead. They're sniffing for more, and Seb Blake has it in his top pocket. 7 of his big mates up ahead of him. The smaller ones joining in. Over he goes. That's a bit more like it. Gloucester reminding us that they can score tries from driving lineouts as well. This place is jumping.
It's absolutely bumping. And there's new look Gloucester, and there's a bit of old school Gloucester DNA in there. That is fantastic mauling. As you watched it, you saw the Leicester Tigers defenders on the deck trying to spin the thing, thinking about spinning it, disrupting it, destabilising it. Dan Cole eventually wants to get in the scrum half's way.